Alrighty everyone, welcome back into the O'Colly Women's Basketball Recap. It's the usual crew, Noah Weber, Ben Hutchens, Sam Hutchens, and Jacob Sturm, all here bringing you the very best and greatest from the Cowgirls' 82-55 victory over the Jayhawks, their second big defeat of Kansas in the last few days. A couple girls, Natasha Mack, Lexi Keys, had some big nights, 19 points each. Jacob, what were some of your preliminary thoughts from the game?
Yeah, I think one of the main things that I took away from this game is that even though you have the same sort of game at the start, they still found a way to get a big lead and then hold on to that lead and really capitalize on this opportunity. I certainly think Kansas is a better team than what we've seen the last few days. I think that's more of a credit to what OSU's been able to do in that timeline. And in just these past few days, I think the Cowgirls have really put it to Kansas and made it a lot more difficult than maybe people would have expected earlier.
And talking about putting it to him, Lexi Keys, she was great tonight, pouring him in from three. Sam, what she kind of told us some interesting stuff about in the post-game press conference about losing some confidence and then getting back in the gym, working on the shot, and it showed up for her tonight.
Yeah, there's not many better ways to restore confidence than going 7 of 10 from the field and scoring a career-high 19 points, which is what Lexi had. She had 16, which had tied her career high with just a couple minutes to go in the game, and got a fast break, got dished the ball on the wing and hit a three to get that 19 and set a new career high. So that was good to see. And like you said, also taking it to him was Tasha Mack. She had 19 and 19. I think she was, happy with that because that's a monster stat line. But maybe she wished she could have gotten one more board and one more rebound.
Yeah, of course.
Because who doesn't want to put up a 2020 game? Mm-hmm. But really impressive performance from those two Cowgirls. I thought kind of spurred on the second half effort to put this game away, where it was a rather close game in the first half. But the Cowgirls really piled on late, kind of like we saw just 4 days ago in Lawrence.
Yeah, it was certainly not a slim stat line at all from Lexi Keys. Noah, Taylor Collins didn't show up much in the offensive stats. I mean, she had, some points, like she's always going to contribute on that end, but most of her contributions came on the defensive end.
Yeah, I completely agree. And just what Taylor Collins brings to this game is just that heart and hustle, as you'll read in my sidebar after the game that I'm writing right now. Just the heart and hustle she brings is unmatched. I mean, I compare it to someone that's like Russell Westbrook or Jay Crowder.
Yeah.
Just they bring energy the whole entire game, and they're going to dive for that loose ball. They're going to crash the offensive glass when they can, and they're going to impact the game and stuff that doesn't come up on the stat sheet. Because, Taylor Collins finished with 6 points and 4 rebounds, but 3 of those 4 rebounds were on the offensive glass. It's creating second chances, opportunities. She's keeping her head up after she's pulling those boards, and she's finding open teammates just like we saw. Mac was cutting, she found her, easy layup.
And I know you even mentioned just a moment where she just dove for a loose ball right in the corner there. We saw it.
Mm-hmm.
Just definitely secured a possession that would have otherwise been in the hands of the Jayhawks. Guys, a nice little 4-game win streak, a modest streak, but you can call it a streak nonetheless. How are you feeling about this team?
Well, I'm not going to lie to the camera and say that Kansas was, a heavyweight in the Big 12. Those 2 wins, I think that they were important for the Cowgirls playing Kansas back-to-back because I think it restored a little confidence from this team, right? This team started 5-0 in Big 12 play and then went on a losing streak that they hadn't really been tested before. And now that the Cowgirls, they've showed that they're able to emerge from the other side. They got a big win against Texas to kind of start the streak off. Texas received some votes in the AP poll, but to really kind of cement it in and to lock in these 2 pretty handily won games against the Jayhawks, I think that'll be big for the Cowgirls moving forward as they do play some teams that are right up there with the Cowgirls at the top of the Big 12.
They'll certainly have that opportunity to do that because in the next few games, your competition is going to get a little more fierce. They have Bedlam on Saturday. That one's always going to be tough. It's a rivalry game. You never know what can happen in a rivalry game. But I also have to sit there and look at what they've done to this point. And I think for the most part, they're tied. I believe they're tied for first place in the conference right now. They've played more games. They have a few more losses. So take it with it somewhat of a grain of salt because the games aren't equivalent. But just to see that they're still competitive with a lot of these top teams in the conference, I think that's got to be really promising.
Who knows? We might even see the Cowgirls become ranked this time in a few days. We'll certainly see. It'll be fun watching Bedlam right back here on Saturday evening. It's a doubleheader. Y'all come for the men's game playing Texas. Then you get to come watch the women take on the Sooners. So for the next time, next Saturday, we'll see you right back here. Ben Hutchens, Noah Weber, Sam Hutchens, and Jacob Sturm for the O'Colly.